Hey everybody, happy Friday, a little yoga this afternoon. If you have 2 yoga blocks, that would be great for the practice that we're going to do on our backs. If you also have a blanket, a yoga blanket, that would work great. You could use a pillow from your sofa or your bed, maybe a beach towel, just something that you can put underneath your head so that you're comfortable. The 2 blocks we'll get to in just a second. Go ahead and come onto your back, knees bent, feet hip width apart, and just take a second to settle on to the floor. Turn the palms so they're facing up, and close the eyes for just a moment. No matter what you've been doing today, part of a reset is just slowing down for a moment, stopping, observing, and then beginning again. Go ahead and open the eyes and take your feet to the edges of your yoga mat. If you happen to not have a yoga mat where you are, yoga mats are about 24 inches wide. And if you're on a mat, look down and make sure that the edges of your feet are on the mat. Now you can't get this wrong. All you're going to do is let both of your knees drop over to the right. How far you go doesn't matter. You'll feel you're on the baby toe side of your right foot, you're on the big toe side of your left foot. Instead of swinging your knees back, pull your belly button in and think of rolling onto your left buttock. And then take both knees over to the left. You're going to get heavy on the baby toe side of your left foot and heavy on the big toe side of your right foot. Belly button pulls in, you roll back and just go side to side. It's almost like you are windshield wipering your legs. The speed doesn't matter. How far you drop the legs doesn't matter. See if the head voluntarily moves. Sometimes we're moving the body, but the head is staying stationary. So you sometimes have to encourage the head to turn a little bit. Your head might like to turn away from your knees. It might like to move in the same direction of your knees. Now start to slow everything down. And the next time that you begin to take the 2 legs over to the right, don't go quite as far, and begin to lift the pelvis up. Now that feels radically different, doesn't it? You're probably feeling something going on in this left glute. You might feel it in the left side of your core. And then rock back, windshield wiper back, over to the left. Again, drop the pelvis. You don't want to be up as high. And notice what you feel on the right side. And now I'm guessing the windshield wipering for you will be a little slower. It's like when you don't have your wipers, you don't need them on their high speeds. One more time to each side. And then come back to the very center and slowly lower down. Roll over to one side. We're going to sit up and get the yoga blocks. And we'll put both blocks right at the front of the mat. Hip width apart. And then we'll lie back down and put our feet on the blocks. Now, what if your foot is longer than your yoga block? Well, let's have the heels of your feet on the blocks. And if you look up at your knees, make sure that the thigh bone is slanting downward from the knee into the pelvis. So you might have to scoot back just a little bit. Take the baby finger sides of your hands to your yoga mat and push down. Down with the baby finger sides of the hands, down with the upper arms. And start to look at your knees for a moment. Whatever's directly in front of you, imagine you want to push your knees. In my case, it happens to be a wall with a curtain, toward the wall with a curtain. Now, this is important. Don't shove the weight back into your neck. Instead, pull your heels back toward your body, so it feels like you're trying to rake the blocks to you. And at the same time, feel like you want to slide your buttock bones to the backs of your knees. I'm hoping you're feeling your glutes, your buttocks working. When you come down, everybody, instead of setting the buttocks down first, see if you can control it so that your waistband touches right before your buttocks. And then just pause. If you've got any cramping going on in your hamstrings, just pick up your feet and kick your legs like I'm doing. And then put the feet back. We're going to do this again. Put the feet back on the block. This time, bend your elbows and have your palms facing one another across your body. Pretend you're holding a map that's not on your phone, like a map that you actually unfold. Push down on the elbows. Push down on the upper arm bones. Pull the heels back. Feel like the buttocks are going to project toward the heels as you push the knees forward. Again, don't go so high that you hold your breath or clench your jaw or cramp your hamstrings. And then just a little bit, feel like the front of your ribs fall toward the floor. And see if that increases what you're feeling in your buttocks. Same as before, we're going to try to come down with a feeling of control, putting the waistband down, then the buttocks. Let's just pick up the feet and maybe just for fun, kick them a little bit. Almost like you're a little kid who hasn't gotten her way, and so you're kicking. And then roll over to the side. Let's come up and put the props off to the side. We're going to work on a little bit of balance now. Come and stand facing the long edge of your yoga mat with your feet a little bit wider than your hips are wide. And just pretend for a second you're on a boat. And the boat is rocking from side to side. So as you rock over to the right, can you feel the heel of the left foot pick up? Then rock through the center over to the left. You feel the right heel lift. And you're just going to get in a little rhythm, side to side. Doesn't matter how fast or how slow your boat is going. See how my foot lifted and I kind of was off balance? That's where we're going next. As I lean over to the right, can I pick up my left foot? Push the left heel down, lean to the left, pick up the right foot, and just play along with this. Go from side to side. If you're in an office chair, stand up. Move a little bit. Now the next time that you're over to the right, heavy the right heel, come to, I'm going to call this a mini tree pose. Turn the left knee forward, step the left foot down, bend the knees, heavy the left heel, put the right foot on the lower leg, not on the knee, beneath the left knee. We'll call this a mini tree. Turn the right knee back and come back and just stand for a moment. So now we're going to play a different game. We're going to pretend we're in a marching band. We're going to walk the feet a little bit closer together. Heavy the right foot and start to lift the left leg up. So there you are playing some sort of instrument and you're frozen for a second in time. As you start to lower this left leg, bend the right knee so both knees are bent for a second. We're looking for this elasticity, this springability in both knees. Heavy the left heel, push the left leg longer. Uh-oh, I forgot what I was doing. See, that's what's so great about Facebook Live. You can just make mistakes in real time. That's incorrect. That's mini tree. Turn the right knee forward and lift the knee up. Bend the left knee, step back down, and we'll try this again with me remembering what we're doing. Right heel is heavy, lift the left knee. Bend the right knee, step down, push the left, whoa, see, balance is off today. Push the left leg long, lift the right knee. Now as you go back over to the right this time and you lift the left knee, reach down with one hand, two hands if the balance is there. Bend the elbows softly and begin to raise this left leg. Notice when you raise the left leg, what goes on in that right glute? It engages. How about your right thigh? Oh, it's come online too. Bend the right knee, lower the left, both knees are bent, heavy your left heel. As you elongate the left leg, lift the right knee, interlace the fingers around the knee. We do this a lot on our backs. It's just radically different when you do it standing up because you have to balance. Good, bend the left knee. Step down, both knees are bent. Over to the right you go. This time as you pick up your left foot, take your left hand, put it on your thigh. And we're going to play a little bit of tug of war here. The left knee is going to push up into the palm, and the palm is going to resist by pushing down. Now, how quickly did that right glute engage? Pretty quickly. Uh-oh, lost my balance. If you're near a wall, use that. Just kind of rebound off the wall. Push down with the right heel, push the left knee up into the hand, push the hand down into the knee, bend the right knee, step down. Heavy left heel, up comes the right leg. The right hand pushes. The knee tries to shove it a little higher. The left leg is clocked in. It's working. Bend the left knee. Step down. Now just pause for a second. Go back to what we were doing originally. Lean over to the right. Lift the left foot. Lean to the left. Lift the right. Back and forth. Back and forth. The next time you're on the right, raise the left leg. Did it come a little higher because of that active resistance we were doing a second ago? Push down on the right heel, see if you can lift it a little higher. Now, externally rotate this thigh, take it out. Yes. Use your hand to get a hold of your left ankle and come to Vrikshasana, tree pose. Let's assume, like me, the balance is a little off today. So you could hold on to a wall, or you could just lower the leg. That's totally permissible. Let's just bring the hands together in front of the chest. Can you heavy your right heel, and at the same time, take your thumbs, lift your breastbone a little bit higher. We're noticing, for this practice today, the short practice, what's going on in the right leg. Hands back to hips, turn the left knee forward, and this time elongate the left leg out in front of you. Stay heavy on the right heel as you set the left foot down. Now the right ankle might complain about that a little bit, so just bend your right knee. Come back to the feet hip width apart. Lean over to the left, pick up the right foot, pull it up a little bit higher, turn it out. You can bend the left knee, by the way. You can reach down, grab the right ankle, and feel like you're smearing the bottom of the right foot against the left inner thigh. And back to this push me, pull me relationship, you guys. The right foot is pushing into the left inner thigh. The left inner thigh is pushing back against the right foot. Let's take hands here, right in front of the chest. Use your thumb tips to lift your breastbone a little bit higher. How quickly now do you feel that left glute engaged? Turn the right knee forward, put the hands back on the hips, take the right leg long, and lower it all the way back down. So I think you've got a pretty good idea of what's going on the back side of the body, the posterior side. So let's come back down to the ground. Get your 2 blocks, if you got them. Books work just fine. 2 books. Anything that's about the same height. And actually, I think we'll make this a little bit easier. Let's just use 1 block. So 1 block under the right foot. Come onto your back. You've got that slightly downward slanting angle of the right thigh bone into the pelvis. Remember before, we were pulling backward with our heels as we projected the knees forward. So let's return there for a moment. Arms can be flat on the yoga mat, or we can be on the baby finger sides of our hands. Push the knees forward as you pull the heels of the feet back. Feels different, right? Because 1 foot is higher than the other. Look at your pelvis. Are both sides of the pelvis even? That's the little game we're playing here. Can I work in this right leg, engage my glutes, push my knees forward, and pull my heels back? Wow, that's a lot. And then come come down slowly. Waistband on the floor, then the glutes. Keep the right leg as it is, lengthen the left leg. And just pause for a second. Give your mind a moment to check this out. Take your hands to your front ribs. We want to try to keep the front ribs stable. So just a little bit of pressure on the front ribs. As we push to the right foot and raise the left leg up, it doesn't matter how high it comes, and then lower it back down. Push to the right foot, raise the left leg, lower it back down. One more time, push the right foot down, raise the left leg, lower it down. Put the hands either face down on the mat or turn the palms toward the body. You've got it. We're going to do those two things simultaneously. Push the right knee forward. Pull the right heel back. As you bridge up, bring the left leg along. Look at the pelvis. Is it even? Wow, I feel my right leg working to you. And then come down slowly. You might want to come careening down, but try not to. Try to really manage how quickly you come down. Bend the left knee, pause for a second, and then with your right foot, just scoot the block over to the other side. So left foot's on the block, right foot's flat on the floor. The left heel feels like it's pulling the block back towards you. In just a moment, you're going to project the knees forward, not holding your breath. Let's try it. Knees forward, heels back. Look at the pelvis, make sure it feels and looks level from left to right. And then lower down. Left foot remains on the block. Extend your right leg long. Just pause for a second. Feel the level change between the left foot and the right leg. Let's hold on to the lower ribs for a moment. Push the left foot down, raise the right leg. Lower it. The speed doesn't matter. We're going to do it 2 or 3 times. It's really more about the observation of, as this right leg comes up, what's going on with my left leg. And then lower it down. Push into the left heel. Hands can be anywhere that is conducive to helping you lift. Left knee projects forward, left heel pulls back, right leg goes up. Now make sure you're not shoving the weight into your neck. Keep pushing the right heel forward, keep pulling the left heel back. When you come down, try to make the landing smooth and controlled. All the way down. Now, if you've got a second block, let's put that block under the right foot. If you've only got one block, you'll need to turn your block so that you can put both heels on the block. Let the palms face up for a moment, and let's play an imaginary game. Pretend that your ears are in the heels of your feet. Let your eyes close softly. And if your heels, your ear heels, could hear the block and hear the floor, what would you be hearing wherever you are? Relax your shoulders. Relax your lower jaw. No need to have your lower jaw gripping tightly against your upper jaw. Close the eyes for just a moment. And continue to imagine, what would you hear if you were listening from the back of your body, from the bottoms of your feet? Go ahead and open your eyes. Draw your belly button in and just pull your knees towards your chest. Roll on over to whichever side you prefer. And just linger there for a moment. When you do decide to press up, be sure to utilize both arms. Come up. You've got your blanket. Just come and have a seat.
So a little bit of work on Friday on the back side of the body and on balance. And I hope this sets up the rest of your day to feel balanced and to feel strong. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. Namaste.